Hello, and welcome back to Unhelpful Yoda. Today, there was a Pokemon Direct, which I knew going in. However, I did not know what we were going to see. This is being recorded way late in the day, so I've already seen this trailer. You're going to watch it behind me. I get whatever. It'll be on the screen when you're watching this. So I already knew sort of what I was expecting and getting into when I'm recording this, but going into the Direct, I had very low expectations. So real quick before we get into the big thing, Shaymin added to BDSP, really cool. It's good to see the mythical events come in. I hope they do the rest of them, like Darkrai and I guess Arceus. That'd be cool. But you know that's whatever. I'm kind of done with BDSP. So you know, if you're still playing it though, enjoy. You got Shaymin now. I'll probably go in and get Shaymin just for shits and giggles. Next, they showed Legends Arceus, which they showed off a small update that came out today at the time of recording, the same day as the Direct on Sunday. I don't know exactly what the update is. It's something with outbreaks, but they didn't explain it very well. You get some free balls, though. I think it was 90 free balls or something, like 30, 30, and 30 for heavy, and I remember seeing something else, but I don't remember exactly what they were. But none of that's important. No one cares. Honestly, at this point, Legends Arceus is like, fuck it, who cares? It's done. I beat the game, I'm done. This is what's important. So we're gonna click this on, and it'll play in the background here. So we're gonna click this on, and it'll play in the background here. So this trailer played during the Direct, and I think most people, myself included, at this point were thinking, this looks like it's gonna be Detective Pikachu 2. There's a few hints towards that. You see the coffee cup. Pikachu in Detective Pikachu is obsessed with coffee. There's nothing really screaming Gen 9 here, at least not in my opinion. We're going to actually fast forward just a little bit to get to the point we actually want to talk about. But yeah, see, there's some little stuff in here, you know. Just there's like where is it? He sees like a coffee cup shake. There it goes. So yeah, there's like the coffee cup shaking. It feels a little ghostly and stuff. I think most people thought, okay, this is probably going to be Detective Pikachu 2. We heard about the game. Like 4 years ago or something like that, 3 years ago. We still haven't seen anything from it, so I think most people assumed that that's what this would be. That is not what this is. This looks absolutely amazing. Now, graphically, I will say, and I think most people are going to say this, it doesn't look perfect. It's not Elden Ring. It's not Horizon. It's not even Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild or Luigi's Mansion. I get it. But if it's 2022, if you're still coming to Pokemon and thinking, I want, you know, lifelike graphics, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. That's on you. In reality, this looks really good. I think this looks really good for a Pokemon game. Kind of blends that Sword and Shield with Legends Arceus style. But like, look at this open world. It's so much like Pokemon just wandering around. This looks a lot, that Psyduck shot and this shot even right here looks a lot like Legends Arceus. Like this, it looks like this is ripped right from Legends Arceus, but you know, better graphically. This looks like better graphical detail than Legends Arceus, but the same gameplay style. And we can actually confirm that this will have a similar gameplay style at least, because in this tweet from the Pokemon Company on Twitter, and I believe it's on their website as well, embark on an open world adventure in Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, arriving late 2022. Open world Pokemon. If you haven't played Legends yet, I guess if someone hasn't played Legends yet, it is not really open world. It's more like Monster Hunter, which it has very open areas, but it's not all interconnected. You you go from a hub world to other worlds, and that's the openness. This doesn't appear to be that. This appears to be just one big ass map that you just run around and do whatever you want. How open it will be, where limitations will set up and stuff like that, who knows? But it appears to be very much an open world Pokemon, and that's what they're calling it. And they took note to call it this far in, or this early into its announcement. So I think that's important to note. It's probably going to be very open world. I'm thinking like Breath of the Wild or Skyrim, something along those lines, where it's just go have fun, do whatever you want, and you'll figure it out as you go. On the note of graphics, though, I would like to touch on it. It's funny we paused on this image. Look at this Seviper. Like the scales, you can see the scaling on all of this. Like that looks so good. You can still see scales back here. Like that looks so good. This reminds me of Pokemon Snap. Now it's not as good as quality as Pokemon Snap. I'm not going to pretend it is, but this is pretty damn close. This looks really good for a Pokemon game. This looks really good for a Pokemon game. And this is still early footage. I know it doesn't say anywhere. I want to talk on that too. I know it doesn't say anywhere that this is early footage, but this is very clearly early footage. The game's not out for another almost a year at this point. Probably November. They haven't given an actual release date, but probably November. So I would assume that this is like super early development footage. This footage is probably about 3 months old. So say December, maybe even back when BDSP was coming out. The footage should be about that old, because it takes a good amount of time to get this all edited together and stuff. They usually use pretty old footage for this stuff. I guarantee next time we see it, this looks significantly better. Again, I still don't think it's going to be top tier, graphic quality of the Switch, but I think it looks good for what it is and for what Pokemon is usually capable of doing. So we're going to move on from graphics from this point on, because I don't think it's that interesting of a conversation, and we've talked about it for almost 5 minutes now, so we're moving on. This I do want to talk about, though, because this right here, this Dratini statue, I have a strong feeling. I'm going to take a guess. This is very much speculation. I have no reason to believe this. We're going to get an alternate form of Dragonite in this game. And the reason I say that is because we've been getting Alolan forms, Galarian forms, Hisui forms. Several generations now, we've been getting new forms of old Pokemon. And one of the ones people keep asking for is Dragonite. Dragonite is like the most basic of basic dragons. It deserves a new form, right? So, and I think all the other, older pseudo-legendaries have gotten one. Tyranitar, Metagross, and Garchomp have all gotten Mega Evolutions. And then, nothing for Gen 5, but Hydreigon was still, relatively new, so that's understandable. And then Gen 7, again, relatively new, and Gen 8, extremely new. So the newer gens haven't gotten anything, but they're very much newer compared to the first 4. The only one from the first 4 that have it is Dragonite. I have a strong feeling Dragonite's going to get one in this game. I think that's going to happen, and honestly, it's very much deserved. Salamence got one too. So yeah, literally, of the 5 that are in the first 4 generations of Pokemon, there's 5 pseudo-legendaries of the first 4 gens, because Gen 3 for some reason got 2. Everyone got something except Dragonite. So I really hope that Dragonite gets something, and just having a Dratini statue, it's not that big of a deal, but I think it's going to lead to, at the very least, some kind of new form. We'll touch on that again in a minute, but we're going to continue here. I got some speculative things for the end. But this looks really good. And the clothes blowing, I think this looks horrible. I'm not talking about the graphics. Just, I don't like the outfit that the player characters have. If I can find a picture of it again, I didn't. I saved a lot of pictures as I was planning this video, and I don't think I saved this one. There's an outfit of them side by side. So interesting fact, the characters have the same outfit between games in different colors. So that's cool. This is obviously taken from Scarlet. And then the Violet version has a bluer tie and dress. So that's pretty cool. But the outfit is terrible. They look like school kids, and I mean I get it, but like this is my least favorite character design for a main character. That I don't particularly like the main character. There's the Violet. So this isn't a boy girl thing. This is just a different game thing. No matter which gender you are in the game, you get the same, like you get this color scheme for your outfit. But like I think, all right. So the girl doesn't look that bad. I think the boy looks horrible. I think this is a really bad character design. I guess you can customize. I'm going to assume you can. We've been able to customize for most games lately. For I think every game since like X and Y had some customization. I think every game since X and Y you can customize your character. So I hope you don't get stuck with this outfit because I don't like this. That's petty. I'm being petty. Just but I don't particularly like that. Now we're back to the live action stuff, and again, nothing too crazy here. You do see the grapes and the orange, and they're again right here. You see grapes and oranges. I mean, that obviously is like a little sandwich, just like a little lunch setup, but they're grapes and oranges, and then you see grapes and oranges again. So grapes over here, oranges over here. I don't know if that's significant in any way, but I think it's interesting that they've been showing a lot of grapes and oranges. I don't know. This is gonna be Pokemon fruit. Calling it now. And then we got this. This is the starters. The cat looks cool. I don't like the green. I get they all have this, but I don't like this green film going across it because it looks like the cat smells like shit. I'm gonna be honest. So that immediately made me not like the cat that much. I think it's adorable, but I'm not seeing it. Like that's not my favorite one. Next we have the fire apple. I mean, look, the little green things. This looks like a cut apple, honestly. Apparently it's a crocodile, but it looks like a cut apple. I really like this one. If the water was different, this is like my favorite one. And then I saw the duck. And as soon as I saw the duck, that was it. The duck is my starter. Unless they show something that just looks atrocious for a final evolution, I'm picking the duck. But the fire crocodile here is a good second choice for me. The trailer's pretty much over at this point, so we're gonna let it play and then we'll come back to this and we'll talk more about this specifically. Because obviously the stars are the only thing we really see, so that's the part that's over. Here's the names: Pokemon Scarlet, Pokemon Violet. I mean, they look okay. I'm not a big fan of the of those logos, but it's a logo. It's not that big a deal. It's nitpicky. I do like to nitpick sometimes. And late 2022, and that's it. We're gonna back up to the starters and have them on screen while we talk about them just a little bit. All right, so the starters. We have Sprigato. It's I want to say spring and gato, which is Spanish for cat. I think I'm like 80% sure on that. I'm pretty sure it's just like grass and cat, basically. Which I obviously, but I'm pretty sure Sprigato is like Spanish cat. The Fuecoco. I actually like that name. Fuecoco sounds adorable. I'm probably butchering the name spelling pronunciations, whatever. I'm probably butchering the name pronunciations, but the names are pretty cute. I like Fuecoco. That's adorable. And then Quaxley. That's adorable. He sounds like a proper, like it sounds like Quack, obviously, but like with the Lee, it's like a proper like name, like I can't even think of what else it would be. Like it just sounds like he just looks like a proper like little student boy. It's adorable. Anyway, so these are the 3 starters. Like I said, I really like the water starter. That's probably what I'm picking. I think the duck with the hair is adorable. The fire crocodile, Fuecoco here. with his little apple look. At first, I was thinking apple, because it looks like one. But upon further look and like a clearer look at it, I can kind of see like a pepper shape, like between his head and his tail. I'm kind of outlining here. I feel like there's a pepper shape there, and he's fire. Maybe this is finally our like hot pepper Pokemon, because like we've gotten Pokemon based on plants, fire, grass. You know, everyone said make it like a chili pepper Pokemon or something like that. This feels like it might be finally that Pokemon, although I don't think it's going to be fire, grass, obviously. This feels like that. But I'm really curious what they do with this, because alright, so right now, this does not in any way fit the Chinese Zodiac, which all of the fire Pokemon up to this point, in some form, have. Not necessarily perfectly. I know Cyndaquil's kind of like the mouse, and that's not like a great one. But they've all kind of fit. Except this does not at all. Like, the closest you could say is the snake, and maybe upon evolution it's like Serperior, that it eventually, you know, loses its Snivy has arms and legs, and it loses its arms and legs and it becomes Serperior, and you know, it's a snake. Maybe they go with something like that. But right now, this does not follow the Chinese Zodiac, and that is the first. And then the cat grass one, that, I mean, it's adorable. There's nothing wrong with this one, but this is basically like your most basic of starter. This is like Litten 2 on drugs. This is Litten on drugs. That's what this is. Other than that, I don't really have much to say on these guys. They all look adorable. Honestly, I like all of them. I'm a Pokemon fan. I like everything for Pokemon. I really don't care that much. I like all of the Pokemon. I don't think an actual Pokemon I dislike, except that really ugly fish one. I'll throw it up here if I can. There's one, like, with Braxian or some shit. Anyway, I like almost every Pokemon, so I'm perfectly happy with these starters. They look really good. From there, we're going to back up a little bit more, and there's another thing I want to talk about that I didn't want to talk about to the end. And that has to do, well, we'll start with this. This big-ass Pokeball, right? This looks an awful lot like the G-Max Pokeball, Dynamax Pokeball that you make real big and throw. Now, obviously, I get it's a Pokeball and it's really big. Of course, it looks like that. But just a thought. This kind of looks like that. But also, like I mentioned when talking about Dratini a minute ago, the first 4 generations, every single Pokemon, for every single pseudo-legendary Pokemon got a Mega Evolution, specifically a Mega Evolution. Dragonite is the only one that did not. Now this is, I'm going to assume this is absolutely nothing. But Wolf Glick here, said he had insider information on Gen 9, and that one of the tweets that he made yesterday were true. But he wasn't going to say which one. Now, I actively do not believe this. I think this is absolutely ridiculous. He has no information on Gen 9. I don't believe it personally. I know who Wolf Glick is. I get that he's, you know, big in the Pokemon scene. He maybe, but I don't think he did. I honestly think he's just joking. Like, he's just making fun of it, because it was like there's no way they're coming out with Gen 9, and it came out with Gen 9. So, I don't actually believe this, but scrolling down through all of these, for shits and giggles, one of the ones he throws out there is Mega Evolution is coming back. It's being combined with Dynamin, and Mega Evolution is going to be super tiny. It's obviously a joke. Again, I think all of this was a joke, but I want to point out Mega Evolutions. On the off chance that he's right. Spain is very, very close to France. They're right next to each other. Spain is where this region is based off of. We kind of figured that out very quickly. That one, there's a map of Spain in there, but also the Pokemon names, some of the designs. You can tell it has a very Spanish inspiration. Mega Evolutions come from Kalos, which is France. They're right next to each other. It is very likely that Mega Evolutions are back in this game. And the reason I think that is fans have been clamoring for Mega Evolutions to come back since Gen 7. We wanted new Mega Evolutions in Gen 7. I think most people did. Most people loved the Mega Evolutions. What did we get instead? Z-moves. Sure. But Mega Evolutions were still in the game, so, you know, most people were like, alright, fine, it was a one-off thing. Then Sword and Shield came out. Mega Evolutions? No, we got G-Max instead. But this time, Mega Evolutions just weren't in the game. They're just gone. Now, I know they were in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Fine, whatever. That game doesn't really count that much. It's not, you know, a new generation. But we haven't seen Mega Evolutions since then, and they were very much downplayed in Sun and Moon, and even more so in Let's Go. So, but fans have been asking for them. So I think this is where we're going to get Mega Evolution back. Mega Evolution was seen in the code data for Legends Arceus. And I think that's kind of important because that means they were thinking of Mega Evolutions when making that game. This game and that game were developed simultaneously. They were developed at the same time, obviously. So I feel like they considered that because this game's going to have Mega Evolution in it again. And I think that we're going to get Dragonite Mega Evolution. That's the thing I think Dragonite's going to get. I don't think we're going to get a new form, so to speak, like a original variant. I think it's going to be a Mega Evolution. But Mega Evolution's obviously not confirmed in the game or anything like that. That's my first instinct when seeing this. That's pretty much all I have. There's one other thing I want to talk about that I don't think anyone's said anything about. I haven't seen anything on it. Although I'm like pretty sure that the leaked room from Pokemon Legends Arceus is this room right here. I think there's some differences, but I feel like this is the same like television switch setup that's in that game. I'm not 100% sure on that. That's just me rambling as I saw it in the video. Other things that I want to kind of touch on here. I definitely think this is a Spain region. I think everyone knows that at this point. There's something else. Oh yeah. Okay. And then the last thing I want to kind of put out there with this video, these are color-based games for names. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. These are color-based names. And I think that's important. We only have 3 games that are color-based in name, like 3 generations, that are like really color-based in name, to an extent. We have Red and Blue, and Yellow, Green, whatever. So Gen 1. It's the original. It makes sense. Then we have Gold and Silver. Now you could say that those are color-based names, but they're also metal. So, you know, there's that. There is that. But they're very closely related, right? Gen 1, Gen 2 is a sequel to Gen 1. It's a direct sequel. It's literally just Pokemon 2. I think it was developed in their Pokemon 2 as well. So there's a very strong connection there. And then the only other set of color-based named games for a generation is Black and White. And Black and White has no connection to Kanto. It doesn't have any connection to Gen 1. However, it was a soft reboot to Pokemon. It featured only new Pokemon, an entirely new Pokedex. It was just completely different, right? Gen 5 is a fresh start on Pokemon, so to speak. And that's the only other time we got a color-based name for a region since the beginning. So these ones are back to color-based names, Scarlet and Violet. And these are unmistakably just color-based names. They don't really go to anything else. You know, like nothing else is a violet. Violet's a purple, and Scarlet is a red. It's Scarlet. So my thoughts. I don't think this is going to be a reboot in the same way Gen 5 was. However, I do think this is going to be a next chapter, so to speak, for Pokemon, where from now on it's going to be an open world game. I think they're going to do a lot different in this game, and they want it to kind of show this as like a new era for Pokemon. So you have the first era, which is 1 through 4, just a straight line through. Then you have Gen 5 through 8, where I don't know if there's a big connecting feature through all of them, like there is with Gen 1 through 4, where they're all kind of just, you know, they're very similar, where Gen 5 is completely different. I guess that's the big thing, is that Gen 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all drastically different from anything from Gen 4 and back. They're all drastically different in terms of development. Black and White have have direct sequels. It's the same generation instead of, you know, a third game. X and Y just didn't get a third game. Sun and Moon have alternate universes with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And then Sword and Shield got nothing, it just got a DLC. So each one kind of did its own thing. They all have their own unique mechanic. Gen 5 doesn't really have a unique mechanic, but the rest of them all have a unique mechanic with Mega Evolution, Z moves, and then the G-Max stuff. Or Dynamax, I guess. So I think that's where this comes in, and it's going to be another, like, a separating era for the game. We have 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's been 4 generations, just like the first time. So it was Gen 1 through 4, there was only one colored name. Gen 4 or 5 through 8 got another one, and now Gen 9 is the next one. That's basically, I think this is going to mean something in the grander scheme of Pokemon. I think it's going to be, like, this is the divide where, like, everything before this plays this way, and then these games are just something completely different. It's like a new era of Pokemon. I have seen some people calling it a reboot, but I don't think it's going to be a full reboot or anything like that. I mean, obviously Pokemon's not doing any full reboots, like it's not starting from scratch or anything. But I think this is going to be the next major era in Pokemon, is this one. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we get more information soon. I don't think we will. It's probably not going to get anything till like the midsummer or something, like 5 months from now. I don't know about 5 months, but several months from now. It's probably going to be a while, but hopefully we get something soon. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to play these probably in November.